So there's this meme of ADC in 2K17 LUL, and I thought it'd be interesting to see how much basis there actually is for it. So these are games played from 0 to 1000 plus LP. So you can only draw conclusions from this about Master and Challenger, but like people really don't play properly below Master anyways, which is just like an arbitrary cutoff I'm drawing with like no flame intended, but the point is this is about a level of play where people play somewhat correctly. And so these are just all the games, and all are also 51% win rate. And so, like, because this says nothing about if they were the ones carrying or getting carried, there's not a whole lot to take away from this. Although, one thing to note is that mid and jungle are the most popular roles, because those two roles are pretty close together, and then bot, top, and support are also pretty close in popularity. But mid and jungle are definitely more popular. Um, but to get a better look at which roles like actually carry, we need to know if the players are better or worse than their teammates, because obviously every game has a player in every role. So if we want to know which roles are actually the ones having an impact on the game, we need to know which roles are like able to carry when they're better than their teammates. And I guess that's the definition of impact I'm going to be using. That a role has an impact if a player can carry the game when they're much better than their teammates who are not contributing as much. And so, unfortunately, there aren't a whole lot of games played by like 1000 plus LP players because obviously there just aren't that many of them. But so yeah, it's like hard to know what's good when you're like ridiculously better than your team. But the way this graph works is like at 400, it includes all the games where players are 400 LP or more better than their teammates. So there are a few ways to look at it. And then one way is to look at games where like the elo difference is within a certain interval. So like let's say we're games where a player is 0 to 300 LP better than their teammates average. And if we look at that interval, like the rolls are all fairly close, but ADC is actually 1% lower. So like maybe there is something to it that when the ADC is slightly better than their teammates, it's hard for them to carry, but it's only a 1% difference. But if we look at when the ADC is like 300 to 600 LP better than their teammates, which is like giving a challenger player a diamond team, ADC is actually pretty good for carrying, which like, and when you're like more than 600 LP better than your teammates, ADC is actually the best for carrying. So it seems like when AD carry is slightly better than their teammates, they might do slightly worse, but when they're much better, they're actually able to carry better than any other role. And so I should also note that I did this like a month ago and only got around to uploading it now, but I think what's changed since then is that like ADC has shifted to lethality ADCs, and I think Varus and Jhin can carry pretty hard. Plus, stuff like Courage of the Colossus has been nerfed, so like if anything, AD carries are in a better spot now than they were. So then, like, why is there this ADC in 2K17 meme? Well, like, one reason might be that when you're used to being advantaged, being equal feels like a disadvantage. So if ADC in 2012 or 2014 or whatever could just pop off and go like ham and hard carry 1v9, losing the ability to do that makes ADC in 2017 feel worse, like relative to how it was, not relative to how other roles are now. Another reason it could be that like even though ADC can carry, it's not a fun play style because like you basically just sit there and try to not die and farm while everyone tries to kill you, and you just have to hope like your team doesn't get fucked. But like even if that takes skill and the reward is not dying and scaling, maybe it doesn't just feel rewarding because you want to be proactive and like go around killing people and you can't do that. But anyways, I do think like statistically ADC does have the potential to carry games.